Hey, how are you today? Mad Cupid here with another build video for Borderlands 3. This time it is for Flak. I call it the Critical Hellwalker. Flak is my main. I've been using Flak since the beginning. And this build is by far my favorite build to use with Flak. Of course, you're going to want to have a speed load in Hellwalker. This gun is amazing, and especially with this build, it is going to be even better. You can use other guns too. Another good gun to use is the Queen's Call. I love this gun. Anytime you get a critical hit, it gives you 3 bullets back, so you don't really have to reload if you keep hitting criticals. And when you're in fadeaway, which is what I use with this build, you can just keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them. So you'll never have to reload. The faster you pull the trigger, the more you're going to hit. But for now, let's focus on the Hellwalker. I also have, the Hell Shot, because you will run into enemies that can't be hurt by fire, so you're going to need some backups. But there are a lot of good guns you can use. So going down to the class mod, I like to use the Man-Eater Bounty Hunter. It does a lot of good for this build, and this one boosts Jacob's weapons critical damage by 58%. Being that I focus on the Hellwalker with this build, it is the perfect mod for me. Shield, grenade, they don't really matter with this build. I use the transformer. I love that shield. And I also have a shot grenade. I throw the grenade at the ground and recharge my shields. Sometimes I pull out my shock lob, or I'll pull out a Killer Wisp. That helps recharge my shields really fast. But that is beside the point. You might have a better shield or don't even like using the transformer. Going with the artifact, I would suggest using the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. If you beat the Guns, Loves, and Tentacle DLC, you should have one. I like this one. It gives me health regeneration and increases my max health, but it gives you stacks for consecutive successful hits, and you can get up to 15 stacks, and it will give you up to an additional 90% extra damage. And that right there is amazing with this build. But now that we talked about the weapons and the equipment that you are going to use, let's jump right into the build. So this is the build. Right there. So you are going to use the Master Tree, the Stalker Tree, and the Hunter Tree. So you're going to put a couple skill points into the Master Tree. Not too many. Just a few that give you and your pet some buffs and some extra damage here and there. I will have that linked below so that you can see the whole build. So definitely check below in the description for that link. Moving over to the Stalker Tree, you're definitely going to want to put different points into this tree for sure. And of course, you're going to use Fadeaway as your action skill. And I like to use Gorillas in the Mist because I don't like the shot limit. But you can use whatever you want with that. But definitely use Unblinking Eye, because that is going to increase your critical hit damage. Now, with Gorillas in the Mist, your critical hit damage is reduced, but you do get a lot more shots off, and without it, you're only limited to 3, and if you miss, well, there goes one of your shots. So I like using Gorillas in the Mist because I want to take as many shots as I can. It also is a shorter window of getting those shots, but if you're pulling that trigger really fast, and the way the Hellwalker reloads, and with this build, sometimes you'll get a bullet back in your chamber. You might get 2 shots off before you have to reload. But you're not going to worry about that because you're going to be shooting as fast as you can. But again, Borderlands 3 allows you to play any way you want to play. So if you don't want to use Gorillas in the Mist, definitely use Until You Are Dead. I've seen builds similar to this use that. So, and going to the Hunter tree, you're going to use a lot of this tree as well. But you're also, the pet I like to use is the Spider Ant Scorcher, because it increases my elemental damage by 10%. Speed load and Hellwalker, it's fire element, gives you extra fire damage. Also, it gives me health regeneration. If you don't want to use the Spider Ant, I suggest using the Gunslinger Jabber, because it increases your critical hit damage and your movement speed. They are a little bit slower than the Spider Ant, so if you need a revive, there's a good chance they may not make it to you in time. The Spider Ant's a lot faster, and when I've used both of these pets, and I've found that the Spider Ant will get to you faster. Now, the Spider Ant will die a little bit more just because their way of attacking is more up close, whereas the Gunslinger Jabber has a gun, usually stays back a little, but it's up to you, whichever one you want to use. But I suggest using one of them that increases your damage. So, but now that we've gone over the build, let's see the build in action. We are going to go take down Tyreen, and I'm going to show you how quickly you can do it. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and of course, you know, you're getting extra power. Look at all the criticals. Already got, so, but of course with this I'm going to switch to a different gun. And I also have it where my action skill cools down really fast, so I can get back into fadeaway really quick. And ooh. Yeah, I got a second win before my Spider Ant could revive me. So, yeah, we'll just run over here for a little bit. But also, you're going to melt enemies with armor with the speed load and Hellwalker build. And that was me being careless, but I'll be alright. Got me that regeneration going on right now. Got a good... Oh, and I went down. And there we go. And that's another good thing. If you go down, you do enough damage where you're going to be able to revive yourself really fast. Also, you do have a good pet that can revive you. Well, try to get a few more shots there. And I am doing this on True Vault Hunter mode, Mayhem 11. And there's Tyreen. Go back in the fadeaway. Oh, and she decided to run away from me. Ugh. You're delaying the oh, yeah, there we go. You're delaying the inevitable, Tyreen. That's okay. Well, and there you go. We have wasted Tyreen. And I did go down twice, but I was able to revive really quick. That's another good perk about this build. You go down, either you're going to be able to revive yourself really fast with a one-shot kill, or your pet will come and revive you. Either way, you're going to be set. And there you have it. This is the build, and I will put a link to it in the description so that you can download it, look at it. I love this build, and I know you will too. But that is it for now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch. I love to play Borderlands. I have my schedule linked below as well, so definitely come by. I love to play with viewers, so if you want to play some Borderlands 3 with me, I am on PC. And I will see you in the next video.